Are you really not happy with this marriage? One looked in his eyes reflecting pain. She was not happy with the marriage because she thought her husband is very arrogant and scary man. But the man in front of her is not like that. He's listening to her all her nonsense, replying to all her questions patiently. He also told her he loved her. What about my Lee Min Ho poster? Can I bring it here? He shook his head, a small smile playing on his lips. Yes, you can. Now answer my question. Are you happy with me, the marriage? Yes, my all problems are solved. You love me. You will not shout on John. I can bring my Lee Min Ho here. That's it. I am happy. She gave him a bored smile. You are not a bad person. She giggled. Taehyung eyes rested on her lips, the smile playing on her lips, melting something inside his chest. He thumb pressing the back of her palm, staring at her sweet face as she went from the 19 to doors. She was his now, his to love, his to cherish, all his. The feeling was wonderful. She belongs to him now. He lifted their joined hand and kissed her palm. One tapped and pulled her hand back. She looked at her palm, her skin there burning. It felt 1,000-watt current had passed through her body. What happened, Wyan? He asked, his voice husky. You kissed my palm. She shuddered. So today is our first night, isn't it? Yes, but. Inching closer to her, he collided his hand around her bare waist and pulled her to his chest. What happened? Why are you shuddering and trembling? He whispered huskily near her ear, making her tremble more in his arms. You were looking so beautiful when you then stared to come and stand beside me. Only one thing was missing. She lifted her eyes to look at him, her eyes questioning. He took in her sweet face, her lips quivering. He lifted his hand, slowly caressing her lips with his thumb. Your smile was missing, the most beautiful smile I had ever seen. She closed her eyes, her cheek burning, her smile palm fist on her cloth as she felt his hot breath fanning her cheek, and soon something warm and soft rested on her cheek. She trembled under his warm caresses, his lips caressing her cheek, making her tremble more. Her hand traveled on his shoulder, twisting his suit in her palm. She felt her heavy veil lift her head. She kept her eyes closed, and soon, one by one, she felt all the heavy stuff is leaving her body. As his hand reached the string at the back of her, he felt her catch her breath. Resting his hand on her back, he made her lay on the bed and bent over her. When he called softly, "Open your eyes," he said, and saw her open her eyes slowly. He started in her eyes, wanting to make out exact shade of her eyes. "Damn, your eyes, Wyan, which shade it is?" he asked, assumed a little irritated at the unable to find the shade of her eyes. surprise, she stared at his handsome face and then looked in his eyes. Chocolate, your eyes look like chocolate. Came here, a small whisper. Taehyung lips broke into a smile. Not mine, you little one. Yours. Is it a grey or green or blue or mixture of all three? He asked, still down in depth of her mysterious eyes. It's mixture, she said. Still he memorized by her beautiful eyes. Such a mysterious little thing you are. His thumb gazed her soft cheek. Lifting her hand, he kept it on his coat. I helped you remove your heavy jewelry. Now you do me the favor, he said, and saw the confused look on her face. My clothes help me. Realization down her, and she lowered her eyes, her cheek turning tomato red. Her diminished figure catched the button off on his coat, pulling it open. He lifted himself little and discarded the coat and waistcoat, and again came on top of her shirt. She gave a push on his chest and turning over, burning her face in the pillow. Shameless, came her muffled voice. He chuckled and helped himself in discarding his shirt. He took in the translating view. She presented, unaware of the only two strings covering her back laying beside her. He pulled both strings at the one go. She gasped and turned to look at him. Then split high. She flung herself in his arm and burning her face in his neck. Her heart beat furiously. Taehyung's hand traveled to her back, her soft skin burning under his warm dress, his hand trembling as he left her hot breath framing his neck. Lying her back on the bed, he stared at her, her quening lip tempting him to taste the sweetness. Bending slowly, he touched her lips with his, moving his lips slowly on her before entering her mouth. His mind went wild and with desire as he tasted her sweetness that intoxicated him beyond belief. He took his sweet, full, tasting every drop of sweet she was offering, but not wanting to fighting her. He wrenched his mouth from her, unwilling, and looking at her face, her chest heavy up and down. When you want me to proceed further, he asked, not wanting to force her to do something she don't want to. Wine opened her eyes to look at him. Her husband, who also loved her, is ready to do anything, she said. She was unable to find any reason to stop him, or maybe she don't want him to stop. Locking her eyes with his as it's burning in the same fire she saw in his eyes, she shook her head. Taehyung's mouth left a shuddering breath. He don't know how he would have stopped himself if she had denied him, but now she is ready and he is more than willing to introduce her to the whole new world. Bending down, he again took her lips, acting on his promise. She strained in her sleep, feeling a sweet echo all over her body. Two strong arms were holding her. She shifted little back to at him. She smiled. She saw his sleeping face, his mouth little open, sleeping like a baby. He's not any baby. She know that now. With her cheek again turning red, she stared at his bare shoulder, pushing herself little up. She rested her hand on his both shoulder, his both strong shoulder captivating her. Her hand then traveled to his hand and warm chest, his heart beating against her palm. He opened his eyes to look at his wife, busy admiring his body. Like what you see, he asked. Her eyes jerked up to look at him. He hummed as he pulled her in his arms, resting his face on her bosom and closed his eyes. You know what now? I don't want limb in her poster, she said, making his lift his head to look at her. Why? Because I like what I see. Wine giggled her melodious and sound, filling his dull room and heart with the happiness he never lived before. He joined her, wanting nothing more than being the reason behind her laughter. You can't just leave a meeting like that. When? But I can't leave your side either. You are much more important to me than any stupid deal. Okay, understand that forever now. One sign. Okay, fine. She's in the ninth and the final month of her pregnancy, and he refused to leave her side even for a second because she may be needed to be taken to the hospital anytime now. She has always been adamant about how he shouldn't skip work because of her, but as they say, that no one dared to walk in front of him, and so she decided to just lay down and sleep, because in their presence she literally can't do anything else at this stage. But that is only until she started feeling pain in her lower abdomen. She understand what it means. She whined in pain to call him out, even though he is the only sitting on the couch. When? What happened? I think she stopped and he picked her up in his arm and take her to car, indicated Jimin on the way to follow him. Jimin and Yunshi are alongside Taehyung in the car that is being taken to the hospital. Jimin is driving as Taehyung and Yunshi sit on the back seat with Ryan, who is screaming in pain by now. Taehyung, who has tears in his eyes, can only caress her hair. He cannot give her more pain when she already suffering. He cannot let her know what he is breaking down seeing her like this. Everything will be alright now, she asked him amidst her cry, and he can only nod his head earnestly. Of course, Maya, nothing will happen to you both, he said in his weary voice. Jimin, try faster little, is all he can say in his cracked voice, which was probably barely audible to Jimin because of one cry. She is almost unconscious, he kept on saying sweet thing in her ear, controlling himself. They reached the hospital and Taehyung rushed with her into the operation theater as guided by her doctor. She entered and tell him to leave. But doctor, can't I stay here? I can't leave wine in this condition. He whines in front of her in the same voice as before. Mr. Kim, try to understand. Nothing will happen to her. They will be okay, she said, and Taehyung, through still not satisfied, has to leave. He sat outside the operation theater with Yoonshi and Jimin and Jungkook, who has just arrived with the family sit beside him on their knees. They too cannot say him like this. Then why are you crying? Your little bundle of joy is just some time away from us. You should welcome happily, he said, even though he himself is emotional. Jimin, I can't see her in this condition, he said, wiping his tear. I always knew that women are strong, but pain they tolerate during this time is just I don't know what to say. I can't see her like this. What if something happened to her? Hyung, he wiped his tear again. Do you know that Nuna is too strong? Nothing will happen to her. He wiped his own tear now. Inside you will find her absolutely perfect with our Taiwan or Taishi. He smiled lightly at him. After a long 5-hour wait, the doctor came out. Taehyung, who still has a stain of tear falling from his eyes in the deep thought with the Jungkook and Yoonshi sleeping on his shoulder. Mr. Kim, she said, grabbing his attention while Taehyung looked up at her. She had a serious look on her face. Doctor, what happened? Is she okay? Are they fine? He asked her in a trembling voice that spoke of fear. The doctor sighed deeply, making him even more tense before saying, Doctor, congratulations, Mr. Kim. It's a girl. Then she smiled at him and leaves. Taehyung looked at her retiring figure. A smile finally appeared on his face. The doctor came back to him. Both of them are perfectly fine. She's been off. Them are perfectly fine. She's been shifted to the VIP ward and again leave. Then Jimin Jungkook came to hug him, a bone-crushing hug. At that, congratulations, and he said thank you. He smiled at them before going round to VIP ward to see YN as he reached there to see both his lifetime sleeping peacefully. He went to them and kissed their forehead, just looked exactly like he said, smiling to himself, my mini Ryan.
Lighten up, take me on your magic river. Tell me all your dreams align. Sign me up and tell me about the people that you know who are trying to feel alive. Life can get hard, so honey, if you need to cry, just come share my pillow and rain, rain, go away. I wanna hear about everything you're ever thinking. You know that I can take the truth. Call me out if you think I'm ever slipping. Maybe I can turn it around. Oh yeah. Baby, if you want us, you know time is on our side. But things are gonna haunt us, we'll just have to put aside. And I'm right here if you just need to cry. Come love, share my pillow and rain, rain, go away. Been some time since you fixed me. I'll never forget your time. I know if I need it, you'll always believe my eyes. Crying on my pillow, rain, rain, go away. Rain, rain, go away. Lighten up, take me on your magic river. Tell me all your dreams align. Sign me up and tell me about the people that you know who are trying to feel alive.